$80 for groceries. You believe that? Mm-mm-mm. Anyway. Okay. Gotta have the popcorn. Okay. Yogurt. The Stonyfield Organic Probiotic Yogurt Plain Whole Milk. I was going to go to both Randall's and Whole Foods, but the only thing I didn't get are the apples and grapes. But with $80, I'm okay with that. Okay, more vegan butter. This Earth Balance Organic Whipped Buttery Spread. Oh, wait a minute, it's not the same one. Oh, I had originally gotten the original buttery spread. I got, what did I get? Whipped. Kind of the way I feel at the moment. $80. What a whipped. Whatever. Anywho. Doesn't that mean you get less butter? I don't know. Isn't it like mostly air or something? I don't know. Oh, they had the vegetable lasagna this time. So I got 2. I also got another pad Thai thing. I love these things. I still have, what is it? The enchilada with the Spanish rice and beans thing. So now I got 4 stuff. I think I basically called off the kale thing, but they've got this Super Greens blend, a blend of organic baby chard, organic baby spinach, and organic baby kale. I don't know why they go for the baby thing, but whatever. Is it sweeter? Is it? I don't know what the heck it is. Anyway, I still have some spinach left, so yeah, make myself a good portion, a big old salad today. And yeah, they also had the burgers. Because last time I checked, they only had the perfect burger thing, which was like just 2 patties of a larger thing instead of 4 patties of whatever. But this thing was 6 something or other. And I didn't look closely at the prices, but the fact that the total came out to 80 more or less blew me away. Yeah, they didn't have the mushroom thing or the green thing, but so for variety, you'd still have to go to. But I had so much to try. More paper towels, of course. Alright, what else? Alright, I'm just throwing stuff around at this point. Okay, whatever. This is getting ridiculous. Alright. What else? I've been looking at my expenses in general, and the only thing I'm having trouble dealing with at the moment is my Shopify. Because I'm thinking, do I really want to bother with it at this point? Is it just a front so I have some kind of thing to fill in the spaces? If I'm filling out a form and they ask me, what do you do for a living kind of thing? Just to fill up room? I don't know. Because I still like the idea of going online, to having a source of income that's just online. But at this point, I don't have the time to really work on my inventory. And even if I did, dealing with the supplies, the suppliers at this point in time, what the heck? So that's really the only one I'm having. Amazon Prime, this Bezos knows what he's doing, I swear. Even if I don't get any savings if I go over there, besides the 10 cents if you bring your own shopping bags, I like not having to wait until I build up $25 in my shopping cart in order to get the free shipping. Does it pay for itself? Maybe not. I'm probably still paying a couple of bucks a month or whatever, but the convenience, it's one of the few conveniences I'm prepared to give myself, so I'm not going to get rid of it, at least not for the moment. Oh, I tried sending the, speaking of conveniences, I tried using the Pay My Bill feature for the Wi-Fi yesterday. It needs to arrive by the 10th, which it was not going to do if I had sent it out at that point, supposedly. If I had rushed it, I could have gotten it there by the 9th, but I'd have to pay another $15. It ain't happening. So I ended up paying on the phone anyway. But I set it up, and I even added a reminder to me 14 days before the due date, the 10th. So that should give me enough time. So next month I have it set up so I can pay the rent and the Wi-Fi using Pay My Bills feature on my credit union. Yeah. B-cycles, yes, I'm still using it. I actually had to get an electric bike because one of the docking stations where I go, there are a couple of docking stations. One was completely empty, the other one only had e-bikes. Isn't that something? You always can get an e-bike when you don't need one, right? Anyway, got more cereal. Okay, this is it. Oh, this is it. Have to take up one of them there. What else? More olive oil. This stuff is so expensive. Well, whatever. And Randall's now has organic lemon juice. I did not have this before. I looked. I did not have it. It has it now. Woohoo! Yippee. Okay. And they also have organic almonds. I've got the unsalted and the salted. This is organic almonds roasted with sea salt. Organic almonds roasted, unsalted. I don't know. I may mix the two. I may find I can deal with the unsalted and leave it like that. I don't know. But now I can get the organic thing instead of the Fisher. Oh, you know what? I guess that's a convenient thing to dump it in. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So yeah. Got that. I'm running out of space for that. Huh? Okay, over here. And what else? Oh, the geek is running out of notebooks. Can't have that. Oh, I was looking at the videos, the hostel, running a hostel videos I put on my playlist I created yesterday. And yeah, I was watching a video of this guy who has about 5 hostels, or a combination of hostels and Airbnbs and stuff like that. And he waited 2 years before actually getting into bookkeeping. He just jotted everything down in a notebook, which I will do also because I'm a geek that way, and I couldn't stop scribbling in a notebook if I tried. So yeah, I'll do that, but yeah, I'm not going to wait 2 years before doing a bookkeeping thing. Went online, I found 2 bookkeeping softwares that supposedly is sufficient for small business usage. One of them is GoDaddy, which costs $5 a month. The other one is Xero, spelled Xero, which is $11 a month. And I think I'm going to try both of them, because even using 2, it's still cheaper than Quickens, which is $25 a month. So the first month I get into it, I'll use both of those to see which one I prefer. I'll be able to decide at that point if if Xero is worth the extra $6. No, I'm not going to start that now. I have enough to drive me up the wall without getting involved in that. But I'm not going to wait 2 years before I start using a bookkeeping software thing, application, whatever. Anyway, got more bananas. And like I said, I was going to get apples and grapes, but forget about it. And considering how much that cost, I'm not sad about it. Okay, I also, what else did I do? Oh, I also stopped by the UPS. Anyway, yeah. This is going to be my in-flight Turkish. Not that I'm giving up on the Duolingo, but Duolingo, to tell you the truth, is a very broad-based language application, which means it's excellent to make you conversational, but that's going to take at least 6 months to a year. Okay? Expect that, depending on how much time you put into it. Because, yeah, I would not call all the phrases you end up learning necessarily useful, but at least it's basic vocabulary, and that will be very useful. So as far as the motivation factor is concerned, this one still beats it, because the phrases you get out of this one, you will use. Not all of them, you don't need all of them. Of course, you don't know which ones you will actually need until you travel and you figure out for yourself what kind of traveler you are and what kind of phrases you will actually use. So, Yeah, I have that slight advantage. It's a big advantage. So I don't have to focus on the entire booklet. Just focus in on the phrases that I know I'll use. And yeah, once you've traveled, you basically start realizing what phrases you use and what phrases you will never use. And which phrases you will use on a daily basis and which phrases you'll only use on occasion. Rare occasions, but still more or less useful. But you'll know what daily phrases you'll need right off the bat. Okay? Duolingo, it's again much broader in its scope. But it doesn't get silly as far as, like with Spanish, I actually translated 5 books. Okay? One of which was Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, the first one. I figured you'd stick to that level, you'll get, an extensive vocabulary without getting too fanciful about it. Yeah, way more extensive than you'll ever need. That was so impressive. Well, I've already had a background in Spanish, so it's not so you don't need that much vocabulary, really, at all. It's not a practical thing to do for a foreign language. This is going to be the most immediate thing. Again, it needs an audio component. This is going to be useful right off the bat. Duolingo is useful to make you conversational because it has a much broader scope, but it's still everyday usage. So it's still going to be very applicable. Things like I was doing with Spanish are not really practical because I will not use any of that. So that was not, but whatever. I found it amusing, going through it, but to be honest, very impractical. I wasn't going to use any of that vocabulary. This I will use. I already know that. So yeah, I've got this and Duolingo, which will go from just traveling phrases that I'll use on a daily basis to being conversational. Actually being able to muddle through and being able to interact like that. The in-flight will allow you to ask where's the bathroom and order a cup of coffee. Alright? It's very useful. And, where is whatever. You do a lot of pointing as a foreigner. So, where is whatever it is you're looking for, if they can point, you're got it made. If they have to start giving you directions, you're lost. So, of course, I know this is a travel now. You wait until you're more or less in the general area, to ask where is such and such so someone can point to it, kind of thing. Of course, if you're just learning a language and you never traveled, you don't realize this. But most of the stuff you have in the phrases that you really don't need. You do a lot of pointing as a foreigner, so that's just a lot of pointing, a lot of gesturing. When you actually have to break down and use a phrase, yeah, you'll figure out which ones you use and which you don't even have to bother with. So, whatever. Yeah, so bit by bit. As far as organizing my time and trying to eliminate expenses, I think I've done what I can about that, but really, I think I'm just going to have to try to work some extra hours. I don't know. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think I can do it. I have to convince myself that it is sustainable because at the moment I don't think it is. I may end up doing working an extra day every other week, but I don't even think that's sustainable. I don't know. I have to prove myself wrong, because at this point in time, I don't think it's sustainable. But it may be. But the money's good enough for me to at least give it a try. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, I rented Star Wars yesterday. Star Wars for an old fart means A New Hope. Okay? I know there's all kinds of them, but Star Wars, that's Star Wars when you're talking to someone over the age of 40 or whatever it is. So, yeah. I'll probably watch it again today. Or at least try. And, yeah. I'm doing my daily Duolingo thing. Now I have in-flight, because I realized a lot of the phrases in Duolingo are not useful to me at all. But I still like the app because it still gives you an extended vocabulary. It's not just focused in on ordering a cup of coffee or you know, where's the bus stop or whatever it is you're trying to express. It's still basic enough for me to still work on it. Anything else in flight is already getting intermediate. I mean, less is more when you really are focusing in on the language and you don't have an extensive background about it. Do not get carried away with it. Find one or two things that you enjoy using, or at least don't hate using, and stick with it. And you'll make progress. You don't put in the time, don't put in the effort, it's not going to come together. I've said this before, and it's worth repeating. So, yeah. The Malaysian thing, well, you know what, boys and girls? I can't afford to even be a resident there, so. At this point, the only value that place has is the Prince Court medical facility over there. So for medical tourism, if I want a second opinion beyond Anadolu Medical Center in Istanbul, you know, but otherwise I don't see any reason why I would go there. I mean, Turkey has everything, right? So, an excellent medical facility, excellent transportation. It's still affordable at the moment. So, you know. Okay. And I'm thinking, yeah, I've already written down notes of what I want my hostel to. I'll go ahead and throw it. How much time? Oh, it is a little long, but you know me, I go on and on. Okay. As far as what I want my hostel to have, I even wrote notes as far as staffing thing is. You know, your mind just goes all over the place when you're listening to all these videos and thinking about all these things. Okay. Of course, it has to have free Wi-Fi. Laundry service. Have client fill out laundry sheet that states, please do not include any special care items. Yeah. Kitchen. I think kitchen's a good thing. Of course, access to public transportation. Western bathroom, though I did put that in parentheses, but yeah. Yeah, that's for me to think about. Only one flight of stairs, if that. Yeah. Of course, you just have to settle for whatever property you end up getting, but, you know, I can dream. And list local grocery stores and food stands that have items under $5, $3, whatever it is. I don't know. $2. Okay, what else do I put here? More employer stuff. Staff, front desk, must be manned 24/7. I was breaking that down. I'm not sure if I'm going to hold to that. Because now I'm thinking 6-hour shifts. I mean, main objective, call 911. And you gotta think about that kind of stuff, right? Second objective, be friendly. In other words, be friendly, yes, but don't take any, I won't say it, BS. Okay, so there. 6 hours front desk, 2 hours restock and maintenance. If you can't deal with it, but it's not a 911 thing, call me. Exclamation point. Yeah, I don't expect them to put up with anything. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm writing down stuff. Then I was thinking about, I don't know how the heck I could afford that. I was thinking about the setup they had in Austin. All those people, all their staff were volunteers. And now I'm starting to realize, you know what? Yeah, I may have to do something like that. I don't know. It depends on the local hostels and, you know, how they have it set up. Because really, who's going to work for you for nothing if they've got other hostels that'll pay them? Of course, you staff it with international students that just traveling and want a free place to, so that's more or less how they had it set up in Austin. So I'm really gonna go online and see what their volunteering criteria is to see how they have it set up, because yeah, I can see why someone would opt for that. That's the way to go if you can go, because who can afford to man the thing like that? Unless they're already, you know, it's like already a popular hostel. So yeah, I'm already going into the details. Oh, add-ons. Shuttle service, a few food items, or, in caps, just focus on getting into public storage. You know, once the thing starts generating some kind of income that I can really build up and start setting up my public storage business. I don't know. It'll certainly keep me busy though, right? Because beyond that, I also want to take language classes. I mean, dang. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I've been breaking it down, doing all kinds of detailed work that I'm sure is going to all be ridiculous, because who knows why. You know, it doesn't even come together, or maybe it does, I don't know. But you really have to have something to aim for. Otherwise, you're just going to be all over the place, and anytime anyone says something, you're going to be off running towards that thing instead of trying to get to where you're trying to get to, and having it come close to your vision and what you really want to be doing, and not be thrown off track by just stuff that other people have to say about it. You know, everybody has an opinion, right? Okay, I'm almost 30 minutes. That is more than a sufficient update. I'm all over the place, boys and girls. I am still in Houston, though. It is, what is it? It is Saturday, November 6th, 2021, 2:54 p.m. And I will talk to you next week. Take care, YouTubers.